Hello, travelers. Brotrio here with our first Borderlands Top 10. Now, surprisingly for us, we've only done one real Borderlands video on this channel. And for us, that's huge. We played a lot of Borderlands 1 and 2 back in the day. And
hell, we've been playing most of this year.
Yeah, most of this year.
1, pre-sequel, and 2.
And Tales, yeah. So Borderlands is a big part of our lives, and it's kind of weird how we haven't made any videos on it.
Super weird.
So we decided to do the top 10 Borderlands NPCs. Now, a few caveats. If they started as a Vault Hunter in Borderlands 1 or 2, or pre-sequel, they don't count. So, Claptrap still counts. He was a Vault Hunter at one point, but that's not how he started in the franchise. So he counts. However, that also eliminates Reese and Fiona. Anyone playable, really. I mean, they were technically Vault Hunters. They're just not very good at it. But, so yeah, bosses and NPCs, enemies, pretty much everyone counts except the playable characters.
That being said, spoiler warnings are abound if you're not caught up to Borderlands 3, and if you're watching this and Borderlands 3 is out, then this was filmed before that, obviously. So if someone's not on the list from that game, that is obviously why.
Yeah.
But Borderlands has some great, high-quality, funny NPCs, and we are here to talk about the 10 best.
As an honorable mention, we gotta talk about General Knox.
Yeah.
He didn't make our cut, but he is one of the most hilarious antagonists because he's just given up. His boss is like a 5-year-old kid.
He's done.
And he's done. He's done with this. When you walk in to fight him, he's in the middle of a suicide attempt. And
yeah, dark but funny.
It's hilarious.
Very dark but very funny. Tannis, Zed, they didn't quite make the cut either. And they are very iconic to the Borderlands series. But that being said, let's get started with number 10. Borderlands has always struck a balance between humor and tragedy, and no character exemplifies that quite like Tiny Tina. This small child is so scarred and traumatized by the events she's been through, she's basically become a non-violent psycho. She loves explosions.
Well, non-violent is kind of a different way to say it, but
she's not like gonna kill the Vault Hunters.
Yeah. She's on your side.
She's funny, and she says badonkadonk all the time, and she calls everyone girl and makes all kinds of funny little quips and everything.
When she made Roland talk.
When she made Roland talk in Dragon Keep was hilarious. And her struggling with Roland's death in the Dragon Keep DLC was honestly like very sad. Very well done. And still had the Borderlands humor to it, but the fact that her parents were betrayed to Hyperion by a guy named Fleshstick, and one of the side quests with her is getting Fleshstick so she can have revenge on him, to me is why she's such a good character. Because she's funny, but she is not one-dimensional, and she has had a very traumatizing past and deals with that a lot of the time with humor, it seems.
Speaking of humor, one of, in my opinion, the funniest Borderlands characters is Ellie.
Yeah.
Like, almost every word out of her mouth is just some kind of joke or side-eye, like, wink or a wink.
A wink.
Yeah, not to mention, she's just so damn southern, and her accent is so thick.
And she's just
it's
talking
just
about...
so funny to hear her
Her
talk.
accent's thicker than Scooter's.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
He's the most hodunk of all of that family. In the Borderlands series, it's kind of hard for them to introduce a new character and have them be like held in high regard among the veteran characters. But when they introduced Vaughn in Tales from the Borderlands, I loved him from the moment I saw him. He's voiced by Chris Hardwick, who's doing an amazing job as him. And Vaughn is just like this nerdy accountant who just takes to Pandora like instantly.
Oh man!
And he's surprisingly ripped.
Yeah, he's super ripped.
Yeah, Jack thinks so too. Jack's got like a crush on him.
He somehow becomes like a bandit king, and I mean he's just the best bro.
He's so good.
We got to experience a lot more of him in the Commander Lilith DLC, which was very funny. He was probably, from what I recall, the most prominent NPC in that DLC, which was well deserved. He was talking about bros the whole time and just being funny and quirky, and it was great.
That's bro. For bro. Bro.
No Borderlands character list is complete without the queen of arenas and innuendos, Mad Moxxi herself. Her innuendos are second to none. She's ready to throw them out at any given moment, even if it doesn't call for it.
Especially if it doesn't call for it.
Sometimes it's a real stretch, but she always makes it work, and that pretty much is why Mad Moxxi's on this list, because she is hilarious and bodacious. I don't know what word to describe her really.
Sexy.
Yeah, there's that, and she is secretly Southern as hell.
Yeah.
In the pre-sequel, if you go backstage,
walking on her singing Bubbles and Birds.
Yeah,
she doesn't have her makeup on.
Yeah.
She's a mechanic, and
she's a hodunk through and through. But she's
actually quite the mechanic, because her guns are some of the best in the game too.
Oh yeah.
Like the guns she makes are just awesome, and a lot of times they heal you, and they're just great.
Yeah, but Moxxi also has like the honor of probably holding this title the highest, because she has like the biggest backstory for Borderlands. Like, you find out she's been married to Marcus, she dated Mordecai, dated Handsome Jack, she's had multiple husbands like Mr. Shank. But Moxxi, she has
this shit is tits. Hello, Mr. Shank.
She's got a big past and a lot of other big characteristics.
Titties.
The absolute first character we ever meet in Borderlands is Marcus.
Marcus Kincaid.
Like, he sets a good example of what he's about right at the get-go, and he never changes, and it's for the best. Like,
I love how he introduces all four Vault Hunters. Like, he's got something snarky to say about Mordecai, Lilith, and Roland, and then when he gets to Brick, he's, I'm not even gonna make fun of you because you terrify me, basically.
Yeah, Marcus is he's one of those characters. He does a bit of everything, mainly selling guns, but he also is a bus driver sometimes.
Psycho's made a cult over him.
Yeah, no.
He's been worshipped as a god, and he
even robbed him while they were doing that.
Yeah.
He does not believe in refunds. He had you go on this long mission to recover $8 from somebody.
Yeah.
He's just ridiculous.
He even had you go on a mission because he got drunk one night and issued some refunds, so you had to go take them back before the mail went out. But Marcus, I mean, you hear his voice all the time whenever you're refilling ammo or buying a gun from one of his many vending machines. And
he's the narrator of like every chapter of Borderlands
story,
because he's always telling stories to that orphan boy and.
The moral of the story, though, for Marcus is when you think murder, think Marcus Munitions.
The first NPC you interact with is Claptrap, and he is a presence throughout all of the games.
Oh, he's the face of Borderlands, basically.
Yeah, he totally is.
Not even basically. Yeah. He straight up is. Like, Claptrap.
Claptrap is just hilariously annoying. He's so lonely. He's always trying to... Like, everybody he meets is his best friend. You help him, you hurt him. Some people all the other characters hate him. Pretty much.
I mean,
he really showed his character though in the DLC with the Dark Claptrap when
Claptastic Voyage.
Voyage, the Dark Claptrap. I forget his name. He Shadow Trap? Yeah, that's his name.
I think so.
He
Of course it is.
He made perfect sense why Claptrap should betray everybody. He was like, I'm not going to betray them. They're my friends. Hell yeah, Claptrap. Aw, man, you're great.
Yeah. Claptrap is just one of those characters that you love so much, even though he is annoying as shit.
God help you if he starts singing dubstep.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Moving on to the next robot on the list, quite possibly the better robot in every aspect, is Gortys. This beam of light given to us in Tales from the Borderlands. Gortys is just one of those...
It's like if you put a Disney character in Borderlands.
Yeah, she's just so innocent, so heartwarming, and just so cheerful almost all the time. And
it's not sarcastic or anything. It's genuine.
Yeah, like she's just adorable. She gets all these upgrades. She turns into a freaking mech. And it's just absolutely insane everything that Gortys can do. Like, Atlas was on their shit when they made Gortys.
Atlas, that's some, like, crazy tech. Like, that's above anything I've seen the Iridians even do. Was Gortys. Gortys is ridiculously powerful.
And ridiculously adorable.
One voice in Borderlands might be more iconic and you hear more than Marcus. That would be Scooter. Anytime you come to a catch-a-ride station, you hear an enthusiastic catch-a-ride or let's get you rolling. Scooter is a fantastic character. He's... he killed Lucky. That just means he's a man of his word. He told you he would. And he killed Lucky.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Scooter's not really, like, that bad of a person by Borderlands standards.
No.
He's one of the good ones, honestly. He's not a dick, really, to anybody. He's responsible for your traversal in all of the Borderlands games because he's a genius mechanic.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's so funny and dumb and charming in his dumb own way. Like, not like
so
charming
dumb
with the ladies, but
no,
he tries.
His voice is great. His accent and personality, everything about Scooter is just amazing. And spoilers, I know we said it at the beginning, but his demise in Tales from the Borderlands was one of the most heart-wrenching things. I did not expect to be as heart-wrenching in any video game. Like, no. Normally death is treated as a joke in Borderlands, but Jesus.
Yeah, that was very, very upsetting. And I don't know which one of you heartless bastards would make the choice not to kiss Scooter, but if you didn't, you have failed the Borderlands
You kiss him on the
franchise.
cheek as Fiona, and you have to... God damn it. His last words were catch a ride. Holy shit. He's just the best.
Launch his banner into the stratosphere like he always wanted, and it's a fitting farewell to him. And then you send him off right with his family. Ellie builds a track for him, and you can fix it up with either fire or lightning to make some sick-ass jumps, which is what he wanted. You give his nudie mags to people that he wanted, and no one wants them because, like, who would want used nudie mags? But Scooter,
He's a giving person.
He had
that's
all the
just
right
Scooter right
intentions.
there.
He's
Cars and nudie mags, that's all he loves in the world, and he wanted to share that with everyone.
plus he has probably the most epic moment in all of the Borderlands franchise, which we will play right here for the outro.
Man, this is one of them moments. Catch a ride!
A non-playable character is a vague description, and it doesn't always mean good guys, because Handsome Jack is one of my favorite NPCs and antagonists, because he is just such a charming, maniacal, insane asshole.
He's a great psychopath, but he's a psychopath that wouldn't be too bad to hang out with were he not as much of a dick.
Or that's murderous.
Yeah, he's terrible, but I love him.
He is one of the most dickalicious characters.
Yeah. And Handsome Jack, he's one of those bad guys that is constantly talking to you the entire time. And he just keeps reminding you that he sees himself as the hero in this.
Yeah.
You're the villain, he's the hero. Everything he does is right.
He took that trope to like a ridiculous extent.
I know.
With, I'm the hero, you suck. I hate you, you're the villain, and he's got layers to him too. He's not just a cocky dick.
Yeah, he's so interesting.
But like he's got a weird backstory with a lot of trauma involved. He obviously cares for his daughter Angel, but not as much as he does himself or his goals.
Or the vaults.
Or the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
like, good God, man.
He's selfish, he's evil, he's psychotic, but above all, he's charming and he's funny.
And handsome.
Now I hear you. Who could be better than Handsome Jack? Well, I've got one question for you. Explosions? Mr. Torgue Flexington. Mr. Torgue High Five Flexington is our favorite Borderlands character. I think unanimously. He is just definition hilarious.
Oh,
everything this man says is funny.
Everything he yells.
Yeah,
yeah. He doesn't say anything.
He's the CEO or something of the Torgue Corporation. He's at least the face of it.
He invented a way for bullets to explode.
Yeah,
like
so somewhat of a genius. He's giant, burly, beefy man, but he's got his sensitive side. Like when he tells you respecting women is badass and stuff like that. So he's not
doesn't like to be excluded because they don't let him play not Dungeon Dragons, Bunkers and Badasses because Lilith.
I don't know why
is
Lilith
stereotyping, thinking he's a muscle-headed jock that wouldn't like it.
And he only got one question out of those 3 wrong. Like, come on, 2 out of 3, Lilith. He's obsessed with explosions. He's obsessed with his muscles. He cusses so much that he had to get a surgical censorship chip implanted in his throat. He is absolutely hilarious. He's my favorite character in any Borderlands, anything. He's just great, and it doesn't hurt that his voice is the same guy that did Mr. Satan in Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
that's even better because that voice is ridiculous and. We've talked to that dude on multiple occasions at GeekCon around here. He's got a passion for Mr. Torgue that I just love. I love when we get to talk to him about Mr. Torgue because you can tell that he gets a lot of like Mr. Satan or Hercule or whatever you want to call him questions, but when you bring up Mr. Torgue, his eyes light up. That's what's great about Mr. Torgue is I don't think anyone hates him, and if you do, you're wrong.
Yeah,
and
no getting around it.
You're dead wrong.
He's not the most interesting character in Borderlands, but he's hilarious, and he's got a few layers too. He's not one-dimensional, and those are just a few reasons why Mr. Torgue is the greatest NPC character in Borderlands, according to our opinion. What's your opinion? Who explodes to the top of your list? If it's not Mr. Torgue, I don't know who it's going to be, because he's the only explosion master. Anyway, we've been Brotrio. Look forward to a little more Borderlands content in the future, because Borderlands 3 is coming up, and we could not be more excited.